All right, so you're getting ready for a house sitter interview. How exciting.
It is exciting.
We're diving deep today into some actual interview questions that you might face, and we're pulling these from RoleCatcher.
Awesome
It's
resource.
a great resource. Now, we all know that house sitting is more than just, loving animals and plants. Homeowners really want to know that you can handle anything. Think security, think maintenance, think surprise snowstorms in July.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, maybe not that extreme,
Right.
but you get the idea.
You get the idea. That's right.
Yeah,
They're handing over the keys to their kingdom.
yeah,
It's about proving that you're responsible, resourceful, and you can roll with the punches.
exactly. And RoleCatcher does such a good job of breaking down those common questions and the why behind them. So let's tackle the first one. Describe your experience as a house sitter. Now, this seems pretty simple, but what are they really after here?
Relevance is huge. Have you cared for similar properties? Have you had to handle tasks like pool maintenance or maybe managing smart security systems? They want specifics.
Okay, so let's say I've only watched my neighbor's goldfish while they're on vacation. How do I spin that into, qualifying experience?
That's a great question. Think transferable skills.
Okay.
Did you follow a strict feeding schedule? Did you happen to notice any issues with the tank and alert your neighbor? Even something as small as that shows responsibility and attention to detail.
That's a good point. It's about framing even those small experiences to really highlight that you are reliable. All right, next question. How do you ensure the security of a homeowner's property? Now, we're getting serious here.
Definitely. Now here, they're really testing your process. So start by outlining how you would secure the property before they even leave. So, things like checking the windows, setting the alarm, and then highlight your ongoing vigilance.
Oh.
Things like collecting mail, keeping lights on, even varying your routine so it doesn't look too predictable from the outside.
Okay, that's a good one. What if they have one of those, super high-tech security systems? I'm more familiar with the stick-in-the-window kind.
Honesty is key. You can just be honest and say something like, I'm really comfortable with basic systems and I'm eager to learn yours. I'm a fast learner and I would ensure I understand all the protocols before you leave, and they'll appreciate that proactive approach.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one is a little bit of a curveball. How do you handle unexpected situations while house sitting? I mean, isn't that impossible to prepare for?
That's a good point. This is about showcasing your ability to stay calm and problem solve. So, think of those common issues, maybe a power outage, a minor leak, a finicky appliance, walk them through your assessment process. So what steps would you take? Maybe checking the circuit breaker or, would you contact a plumber if needed?
Okay, yeah. What if it's something a little bit more serious, like let's say there's a storm and it damages the property?
That's where clear communication just shines. Explain that you would assess the damage, you'd take immediate safety precautions, and keep the homeowner informed every step of the way.
So it's not just about fixing the problem. It's about showing that you can handle the communication and the logistics as well.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Let's move on to a topic that's, near and dear to my heart. How do you handle pets while house sitting? For a lot of homeowners, this is make it or break it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
This is your chance to really shine if you're a pet lover.
right.
Don't just say that you like animals. Detail your experience. Have you cared for specific breeds? Do you have any training or medical knowledge?
Okay, what if you've never, formally cared for pets? Can you still nail this question?
Absolutely. Think broader. Have you volunteered at a shelter? Have you done some research on pet care? Have you shown, a natural affinity for animals? The key is just demonstrating a genuine understanding of their needs.
Yeah, okay. This next question is all about setting those boundaries. How do you handle a difficult homeowner? I feel like this is a trap.
It is. They want to see how you navigate conflict. Frame your answer around professionalism and communication. Emphasize your commitment to following their instructions, but also highlight your ability to, calmly discuss any concerns that may arise.
So it's about showing that you can stand your ground respectfully while still prioritizing their needs.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, this one seems pretty straightforward. How do you ensure that the homeowner's property is well maintained while they are away? But is there a trick to answering this one effectively?
There is. It's about showcasing your proactive approach. So, go beyond the obvious, like cleaning and watering the plants. Mention things like checking for leaks, noticing if an appliance is acting up, their eyes and ears while they're gone.
And if they have like super specific instructions, like don't touch the vintage record player,
Oh, yeah, that's where attention to detail is key. Reassure them that you'll meticulously review and follow any written instructions they provide.
Got it. So it's a blend of that general upkeep and following their specific requests. All right, on to the next one. How do you ensure that you follow a homeowner's specific instructions while house sitting? I feel like we've already kind of touched on this a little bit.
Yeah, we have, but this is your chance to highlight your organizational skills. So, maybe mention that you'd create a checklist, take notes, or use any method that works for you to make sure you're following their instructions to a T.
So it's about showing that you have a system rather than just relying on your memory, which, let's face it, can be a little bit faulty sometimes.
Yes.
All right, so you've got the instructions. What if something comes up that's not covered in those instructions?
Emphasize clear communication.
Okay.
Explain that you'd contact them for clarification, or if it's an emergency, use your best judgment while keeping them in the loop.
Okay, so it's about balancing following their instructions with being resourceful when those unexpected issues arise.
Absolutely, yeah. And this actually ties into another point from RoleCatcher's Career Guide. Building trust is crucial in this field. Clear communication is the foundation of that trust.
That is a great point. All right, let's tackle this next question.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. This next one is a classic. Have you ever encountered a problem while house sitting? If so, how did you resolve it?
Oh, boy.
Now everyone makes mistakes.
Uh-huh.
It's about what you learned from it.
Okay. But what if you haven't, officially house sat before? What kind of problem could you even talk about?
That's a good point. Think outside the box. Maybe you dealt with a burst pipe at your apartment, or you had to handle a power outage while you were babysitting. It doesn't have to be house sitting specific.
Oh, okay. So even if it's something small, it's about showing that I can think on my feet
Right.
and I can handle the situation responsibly.
Exactly.
Okay.
Focus on the steps that you took, how you communicated and what the outcome was.
Speaking of communication, the RoleCatcher Guide really emphasized the importance of regular check-ins with the homeowners.
Right.
Is that something that I should bring up, even if they don't specifically ask about it?
Absolutely. Proactive communication is a huge plus. You could say something like, I believe in keeping homeowners updated. I'd send daily texts or emails, whatever their preference is, so they feel connected and reassured.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, on to question 9. Can you provide references from previous house-sitting jobs? What if I'm just starting out?
That's okay.
Yeah.
References don't have to be, official house-sitting gigs.
Okay.
Think of people who can vouch for your responsibility and your character.
Right.
Maybe former landlords, neighbors, professors, if you're fresh out of school.
That's a relief. Okay, last question. Are you comfortable staying overnight at the homeowner's property? I feel like this one's a no-brainer.
Yeah, you would think so, but it's still important to address it confidently. Reiterate your comfort level and maybe mention some past experiences where you stayed overnight in someone else's home.
Okay, and if you have any specific needs, like let's say you have dietary restrictions or allergies, is it okay to bring those up now?
Absolutely. It's about finding a good fit for both of you. You could say something like, I'm totally comfortable staying overnight. Just wanted to mention I have a mild nut allergy, so I just need to be mindful of any snacks in the pantry.
Yeah, being upfront is always best.
Right.
Going through these questions, it really makes you realize just how much nuance there is to house sitting. It's more than just watching over a house. It's building that trust, being adaptable, and handling whatever comes your way.
Exactly. And that's where RoleCatcher's AI tools can really come in handy.
Okay, tell me more about this AI stuff, because I admit I'm a little skeptical. How can AI actually help me prepare for an interview?
That's a great question. Think of it as a personalized coach that analyzes your answers and helps you tailor them to specific roles. So let's say you're applying for a house-sitting job that involves caring for a pool.
Okay.
The AI might suggest that you add some details about your pool maintenance experience to describe your experience answer.
So it's about making those strategic connections between my skills and what that specific homeowner is looking for.
Exactly. And it can even pick up on keywords in the job description and suggest that you weave those into your responses.
That's pretty impressive. So it's not just giving generic advice. It's actually looking at the details of the job and helping me craft a more targeted approach.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just the content. Yeah. The AI can actually analyze your delivery, your tone of voice, pacing, Even your body language if you record a video of yourself answering.
Wait, he can analyze videos? That's next level.
It is, and the feedback is incredibly specific.
Okay.
It might suggest that you slow down your pace or project your voice more confidently, or maybe even adjust your posture to appear more engaged.
I can see how that would be incredibly helpful, especially for someone like me who tends to get a little nervous during interviews.
Yeah, for sure. It's like having a virtual interview coach right there with you, helping you fine-tune every aspect of your presentation.
That's amazing. So it's not just about what you say, but how you say it.
Exactly. And the beauty of AI is that it's constantly learning.
Okay.
The more you use it, the more personalized that feedback becomes. It's like having a custom-tailored prep guide for every single interview.
I have to admit, I'm starting to see the value in this. So the AI can help me tailor my answers to the specific job and also help me deliver those answers with more confidence and polish.
Yes, it's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket.
Okay, I'm sold on the AI, but what about the resume? Because I know some homeowners are pretty picky.
Oh, they are. And that's where RoleCatcher's AI-powered resume builder comes in. It takes the guesswork out of creating a standout resume.
What's different about this one? I've used those like online resume templates before, and they always feel so generic.
Right. Yeah. This one's different. It analyzes job descriptions and suggests relevant keywords, skills, and even formatting that aligns with what homeowners are actually looking for.
So it's creating a resume that's tailored to the specific house-sitting job I'm applying for.
Exactly. And it can help you quantify your experience, which is super important.
Okay.
So instead of just saying, I'm great with pets,
Right.
you might say, I have 3 years of experience caring for dogs, including administering medication and providing daily exercise.
I love that. It's about backing up your claims with evidence.
Absolutely. And it can even suggest action verbs and achievements to make your resume more dynamic and impactful.
This AI stuff is blowing my mind. I had no idea it could be so helpful for career prep.
It's amazing. And RoleCatcher has a ton of other resources too. Career guides, skill assessments, even a database of homeowners who are looking for sitters.
Okay, this is all great for the interview itself, but the RoleCatcher guide also mentions something about building a portfolio. Is that really necessary for house sitting?
It can make a huge difference. Think of it as a visual representation of your skills and experience.
But what would a house sitter portfolio even include?
Great question. You could showcase photos of spotless homes you've cared for, screenshots of glowing reviews from happy homeowners, even before and after pictures of gardens you've revived.
So it's like a visual resume.
Exactly. It gives homeowners a tangible sense of what you're capable of.
I like that. What about those testimonials we talked about earlier? How do we get homeowners to write those for me?
Just ask.
Oh.
Most homeowners are happy to provide a testimonial if they had a positive experience. You could even offer to draft something for them to review and sign off on.
That's a great tip. So we've covered the interview questions, the AI prep, the resume, and even building a portfolio. Is there anything else that people should keep in mind as they prepare for a house sitter interview?
Yes, a few key things. First, be genuine and enthusiastic.
Okay.
Homeowners want someone who genuinely cares about their home and their pets.
It's about showing that you're not just there for a free place to stay. You actually enjoy taking care of their space and their furry friends.
Right, and that passion will shine through in the interview.
Yeah.
Second, dress appropriately. Even if it's a virtual interview, present yourself professionally.
So maybe skip the pajamas, even if you're interviewing from your couch.
Probably a good idea. And finally, be prepared to answer questions about your availability, your travel preferences, and any specific needs you might have.
It's about finding a good fit for both sides. I love that. Okay, I think we've covered just about everything. Any final words of wisdom before we wrap up?
Just this. Go into that interview with confidence.
Yes.
You've got the skills, you've done your research, and you're prepared to showcase your best self. Remember, you're not just applying for a job. You're potentially embarking on a new adventure.
Beautifully said. And remember, even if a particular house-sitting gig isn't a perfect fit, every experience adds to your skills and expands your network.
Exactly. So go out there, rock those interviews, and find the house-sitting adventures that are waiting for you.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into prepping for a house sitter interview. We hope you found this episode helpful and insightful. Good luck with your journey. We know you've got this. All right, so you've covered a ton of ground here, from, nailing those tricky interview questions to leveraging the power of AI
Hmm.
crafting a killer resume and portfolio. I
Absolutely.
mean, we've really hit it all.
I have, yeah.
But before we wrap up, I want to touch on something that I think often gets overlooked, and that is actually finding those awesome house sitting opportunities.
Yes, great point.
Yeah,
It's one thing to be prepared for the interview, but you got to get your foot in the door first.
right, right.
Yeah.
So where do they begin their search?
Well, online platforms are a gold mine.
Right.
Sites like Trusted House Sitters and Nomador, they connect homeowners with sitters all over the world. And you can filter by location, dates, pet types. It's incredibly user-friendly.
So you could potentially find a gig, you know, overlooking the Eiffel Tower or nestled in the Tuscan countryside.
Absolutely.
Talk about dream jobs.
It's a fantastic way to travel and experience new cultures. And don't underestimate the power of your local network either.
Oh, okay.
Join some neighborhood groups, attend community events. You never know who might need a reliable sitter.
That's a good reminder.
Right.
What about, like, those homeowners associations? Are those worth exploring?
Definitely, yeah. A lot of them have newsletters or online forums where homeowners post requests for services, including house sitting. It's a great way to tap into that hyper-local market.
Okay, so you found some potential gigs. How do you make sure that you stand out from the crowd? I imagine it's a pretty competitive field.
It can be, and this is where that unique selling proposition comes in. What are you amazing at?
Okay.
Maybe you're a tech wizard who can troubleshoot any smart home system, or a master gardener who can bring a wilting plant back to life.
Find your niche and shout it from the rooftops, basically.
Exactly. Highlight those special skills in your profile, resume, and interviews. And it's also crucial to have a really clear idea of your availability and any location preferences.
Okay.
Are you open to long-term assignments, or do you prefer short stays? Do you have any pet size or breed limitations?
Being upfront about those things just saves everyone time and
Okay.
ensures a good fit for both sides.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think it's time that we address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Compensation. Is house sitting a paid gig?
That is the million-dollar question. It can be.
Okay.
Some homeowners do offer payment, especially for those longer assignments or ones with, added responsibilities. Others, they view it as more of a mutually beneficial exchange. You get free accommodation, they get peace of mind.
So how do you navigate that conversation without it feeling awkward?
Transparency is key. If payment isn't mentioned in the listing, politely inquire about their compensation structure during that interview process. You could say something like, I was just curious about your typical arrangement regarding compensation. I'm flexible, but I just wanted to ensure we're both on the same page.
That sounds professional, but also, approachable.
Hmm.
What if they're not offering payment, but you're still really interested in the opportunity?
Yeah. Think about the non-monetary benefits.
Okay.
Are you getting access to, a dream location? Are you saving on those travel expenses? Are you just enjoying the companionship of some adorable pets?
Right.
Sometimes those perks outweigh a paycheck.
Yeah, it's about weighing those pros and cons and deciding what really aligns with your goals.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've really covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
Any final words of wisdom for all those aspiring house sitters out there?
Yes, just remember that this is more than just a job. It's a chance to build some meaningful connections, explore new places, and embrace a lifestyle that prioritizes trust and responsibility.
Beautifully said. And remember, even if a particular house sitting gig isn't a perfect fit, every experience adds to your skills and expands your network.
Absolutely. So go out there, rock those interviews, and find the house-sitting adventures that are waiting for you.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into prepping for a house sitter interview. We hope you found this episode helpful and insightful. Good luck with your journey. We know you've got this.